A Florida family is in mourning following the accidental shooting death of a 4-year-old girl. Yaneli Nellie Zoller reached into her grandmother's purse in search of candy, but accidentally pulled the trigger of a gun, fatally shooting herself in the chest. The girl's father, Shane Zoller, told the Tampa Bay Times that he was going to pick Nellie up from her grandparents when he saw the police lights.
We had the chance to sit down with Barbara Markley, who is the co-chair of the Gun Safety Committee for the League of Women Voters of Broward County, to discuss gun control.
Locking up guns would save children and teens. Almost 5 million children in the United States live in homes with unlocked guns, and a child is shot on average every 17 hours in Florida.
The League of Women Voters is community-based and strives to inform citizens.
The mission of the League of Women Voters is to educate people on the issues, to encourage people to vote, and to help people register to vote. We're nonpartisan. We were formed in 1920 when women were finally granted the right to vote.
Many citizens have different perspectives on how to reduce gun violence.
The number one law would be universal background check. The other one would be safe storage, mandatory safe storage with very strict penalties.
3 years ago, the Sunshine State experienced a heartbreaking tragedy at a nightclub.
Gunmen killing at least 50 and injuring 53 others. Those people, parents, sons, daughters, and loved ones.
After the Pulse massacre, our state league formed a nonpartisan coalition to prevent gun violence.
Unfortunately, we still continue to experience gun violence within the community.
We begin our program with broken hearts in yet another American town, which today became the site of yet another deadly school shooting. A high school in Parkland, Florida became the scene of chaos and panic just before the end of the school day. The Broward County Sheriff says at least 17 people are dead. 17 people.
Former Governor Rick Scott signed the Senate Bill 7026, which enforces gun control and allows some teachers to be armed.
It's a step in the right direction, but it's not going to prevent the mass shooting. So I contacted our Miami VA. They have a very large suicide prevention department, and as part of their very extensive suicide prevention program, they have free gun locks to give people, because committing suicide is an impulse act, and if the gun is locked up, the impulse will pass. And so they have these gun locks, and I had heard that they had these gun locks because in Montana, they were giving them to a pediatrician to give to other pediatricians. They were really wonderful. They formed a partnership with us. They have given us 12,000 gun locks. Ever since then, we have encouraged women and men of all parties to be educated on the issues, to participate in their community. Another fact is that in Florida, a gun is stolen every 26 minutes and then used to commit a crime. We're third in the nation for gun theft. 80,000 guns were stolen from individuals between 2012 and 2015 in Florida.
The presence of unlocked guns in the home increases the risk of gun injuries and intentional shootings as well.
People would lock up their guns, we would reduce crime, we would reduce gun injury, we would reduce gun death, and we can possibly reduce school shootings.
Barbara explains how to properly lock it up.
Here's a diagram of how they work. They go through the barrel of the gun. They won't work for long rifles or anything like that. They're for shorter guns. And of course, the gun has to be unloaded. But this lock, there's 2 keys. And I had a 10-year-old ask me once, well, if the key's there, then what good is it? And I said, well, you're supposed to give the keys to somebody else.
4.6 million children in America live in homes with unsecured guns.
We want this message to get to all 1.9 million people in Broward County.
The League of Women Voters has a 24-hour crisis hotline for anyone interested in seeking confidential support.